how quickly people, I guess the public consciousness, maybe you could call it, how quickly people forget about the way the past was. All of these events just thread slide thoughts and memories right out of our heads, or shoves them into the back of our memories. Something that everyone's always noticed and usually forgets shortly after noticing eventually is that there used to be many, 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 many small companies that would be producing things. I hate that I have to talk about movies and video games, but these are very prominent examples. Also, I guess food products, maybe. There would just be these very small studios that would make a lot of content, and now there's only these great big mega corporations and mega companies that produce everything, and they have their divisions and subsidiaries and stuff. That's just how it is with companies. You used to have thousands and thousands of tiny ones, and now you have under 5 monstrously gargantuan ones that go around absorbing everything like the Blob, and they just get bigger and bigger. And on the internet, there used to be just thousands and thousands of platforms that real people would use. And now there's barely any forums left. Now the presence of Discord has ruined everything, and not enough people are aware of the shill and bot problem. And there's all of these giant websites that are populated only by bots and really stupid people that don't know better. Food companies are, I guess, kind of the same. That's a fierce business. Instead of locally owned, family-owned restaurants, there's just these chains pushing out all the little people. The big fish is just eating up all the tiny fish, and yet somehow, through some sorcery, the giant fish, even though he ate all of his food, he's just alive through dark forces somehow, the giant fish that won't die. Kind of weird. Anyway, just a random thought about the word editing. Now, when I say the word edit, I mean deleting crap and upping the contrast. Basically balancing all the levels and trimming and resizing and exporting and all that stuff. And I noticed that when a lot of other people use the word editing, they mean adding things. I guess it's all called editing, but like when other people talk about editing videos, they talk about just adding in stock footage, adding in music, and the only editing I do is just audio and image sometimes, but usually audio, and then somebody else deals with the turning it into a different file format thing. So, in real life, there's more real flesh and blood human beings than you would expect that are flat earthers or anti-vaxxers, and people on the internet are just screaming about how much they hate anti-vaxxers, but it's like, where? Who are you talking about? What anti-vaxxers? It's like if somebody started screaming about purple goblins, and they hate the purple goblins so much, but you just kind of go, what purple goblins? Where? I don't see any. What are you talking about? But that's the way freaks are. If they catch wind of somebody that disagrees with them or goes for the truth, and they turn the person that resists the lies and goes for the truth, the freaks, they go ballistic over it, and they'll stay awake. They can't sleep, and they can't stop thinking about one random person that knows the truth. I'm being serious here. They will literally spend days thinking about someone that disagrees with them on the internet, and then they'll even post a photo of themselves for some reason, unprompted. That's how we know that these freaks they're really going to shoot themselves in the foot. And who knows what other self-destructive things they're going to do because they're upset. So, if you've ever been to school or work and you're a human being, and I know very few people are listening to this, but a few people are. Everybody else is just some shill that is listening for me to try and, they're going to listen for me to suddenly dox myself, which is not going to happen. And besides, those same people are going to spread misinformation about a wrong thinker, meaning the more lies that are told, the more the person's tracks are covered up, and the less likely that person will be identified. These people are very special. So, yeah, when they start screaming about how much they hate someone, another human that's nearby might go, huh? Who do you hate? Let me go find out. So that they do that. They're really stupid. And also they're not allowed to leave the website until their shift is up. So anyway, that's just assorted rambling. Yeah, anyway, so if you've ever been to school or work, there's going to be people that hated you immediately. The only reason they would give as to why they hated you would be because you suck. You. Ad hominem. You. They won't give a reason why other than you're stupid. That's the only reason they have. And they will spend their free time trying to bother you. Like, they just harass people. And Yeah, that's the freaks at school. I think they're IVF babies. They don't have souls. I found out much later that they just gravitate towards humans so that they can harass them. But now I know why that is, and I've alerted a few people in real life to freaks. I couldn't really be too overt, but the seed has been planted. A lot of people, the whole truth will scare them off, but if you just give them easy to digest little nuggets, they keep getting more interested. You haven't scared them off. Plant a seed in their mind, and, well, my voice is going. But just lay the seed, drop some notes, hide some secret messages in real life, and talk to people. Even if you find an opportunity, you have to force yourself. Even if you're feeling shy, do it. Just do it. It gets easier, and there's people that know now, so I'll let you know if there's any developments, because I love it when the freaks get really angry because another human knows, and as somebody put it, these freaks are so full of that they can only be angry at one person at a time, and to them, everybody is that one person. If you watch them freak out over someone, that's it. It's funny when they also start a fight over it. So, I will always be happy to report when human beings wake up, because I hope someone's heart explodes over the news. Alright, bye. More thoughts about how, under ideal circumstances, that people in groups could make a better life for themselves is turning away from consumerism and turning down money and just hanging on to your God-given morals and following Christ and having no concern for winning a contest or trying to impress people, because no matter how many hundreds of hours you dump into working on something to impress people, if they're freaks, they hate you for existing. And any fake reason they give as to why they hate you so much that they get angry because you exist, like, any reason they give is not going to be the real reason. The real reason is these same freaks that will go out of their way to bully poor people they're rich, but money doesn't give them happiness, because in the end they know that they have only one life only, and they don't get anything else. None of the riches in the world is going to get them safe. And this is how they spend their one and only life. They just explode in hatred and accusations and wickedness, and they're going to have to answer for every single word. Like, that's in the Bible. Every single idle word you say, every single careless word you say, you're going to have to answer for it. Everyone. And humans, we know to hold our tongues. We don't get these horrible thoughts in our heads that just come out without a filter. The freaks, they just spew vileness constantly. And they're going to pay for every single word. They know what's coming ahead. They can claim to be atheist, but when you see that they're inverted, you see that they're Baphomet freaks, they throw hand signs and they do magic. They're not atheists. There's no such thing as an atheist. The ones that don't claim to be atheists will be fake Christian or Odinist or something like that, or Buddhist, but Buddhism makes people worse, because if two Buddhists, I'm not joking here, I'm serious, if two Buddhists get into a car crash, they're going to come out and start yelling about who has bad past life karma. Buddhists will argue about bad past life karma. Buddhism sucks, and Buddha is fat and useless and never helped anyone. And then there's a skinny Buddha, but he's useless too. So, people need to understand that being impressive will not make anyone like you. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of effort, and instead of dedicating hundreds of hours to one project, only do 1 hour tops. That is solid advice that will save you so much. Never spend more than 1 hour unless you really know why you're spending more than an hour. Alright, bye.